Hey guys, what it is yo girl Cadillac. Yes, I am Cadillac Dixon. I'm the Drama Life Prison Wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping to see justice before all face to black. Yeah, it's your girl Cadillac. Just chilling, rocking in this little chair on my porch, girl, and just getting up. I think I got up about 10:30 this morning. I did stay up late. Oh, it was such a surprise. Okay, so when midnight hit, I did go in the room and wish my sister Happy New Year, my little nephew, because they were really the only ones up in the house. My dad was going to bed. I didn't want to wake him up. And I did all of that. Really, honestly, I was about to fall asleep. I was getting really tired. I was sitting up there working on my year-end review, going through my channel, looking at the growth that I had over this year, and making a list of the things that I wanted to highlight that happened in 2021. Okay, girl, I only got halfway through that list. I got up to June, and after June, girl, I was really tired. So I said, okay, I'm going to go lay down, and then I'm gonna set my alarm and get back up at midnight. But I ended up watching. I was watching some of Jaguar Wright, her new videos, because she returned back to YouTube and she got her own little form and stuff. So I was watching some of her videos, and then it ended up being close to midnight. So I was like, let me just stay up. So I stayed up. I went live just to tell you guys Happy New Year. And then after that, I was going to bed. I literally laid down at like 12:07. So I'm abruptly waking up out of my sleep, and it's a phone call. And the next thing I hear is, "This is you got a call from Cello, and it made and blah 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 blah." And I'm like, "How is he able to call me?" It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. So he calls and he's like, "I wanted to bring in a New Year with you." And I'm like, "Well, it's already New Year's. We're an hour in." And he's like, "No, it's not." And then we realized that, he forgot that he's in a whole different time zone. So it just struck midnight for him. But we were a year into this new year. But anyways, I talked to him and then I was going to bed for real. So yeah, let me switch hands. So anyways, so I went to sleep. I honestly think my headache is coming from my neck. I'm starting to have those issues in my neck where I am quite close to bone on bone in my neck. I have very little slithers of cartilage in between. But baby, if y'all check out that vlog that I did the other day where I met somebody in worse pain and in worse shape than me, girl. Ooh, check that out. I will put that in the description box below. But so I am grateful for that much cartilage that I have in my neck. I also started with 5-pinch nerves. My chiropractor, I've been under chiropractic care for possibly 4 years, 3 to 4 years now. Continuous chiropractic care, like meaning it was every 2 weeks, and then it was every 3 times a week. Started out, then I moved down to 2 times a week, then I moved down to once a week, then I moved down to every 2 weeks, and then I moved down to every 3 weeks. I am possibly thinking about moving down again because though it does benefit me, it is quite expensive and I pay out of my pocket because my insurance does not cover the special treatments that he does. This is advanced chiropractic care, so it's not your regular chiropractor, and I done been to everybody with this situation. But I really think that some of the nerves in my neck are being pinched, and it's causing stress on my head, causing headaches and stuff like that, which I used to actually deal with every day. But now, I don't have to deal with it every day. But now this is popping up that these headaches are coming back. So, Anyways, I had a hard time trying to sleep last night. My pillow, but that pillow did feel like a rock, which is so crazy. Even though they're memory foam pillows, they're very soft pillows. When your neck just don't feel right, your pillow don't feel right. So lately, every time I lay down, I wake up in more pain than I laid down in, which, if that makes any sense, anybody that has chronic pain, dealing with their spine, they probably can understand what I'm saying. But I woke up, I had a horrible headache on this hemisphere of my head, and my eye coming down the back of the nape of my neck, right at the occipital bone, right there. That is where the nerves just gather and pinch right there. That is your lifeline. If you didn't know, that is your spinal column that goes straight through from your head, sends blood and everything to your head, through the rest of your body, through your extremities. So when that area is clenched off, it causes a lot. So I woke up, I took me some Excedrin to get rid of the headache. I prayed. I was like, Lord, please don't let this headache follow me throughout this day. I cannot. It's very hard for me to function when I have a headache. I can almost function with any other pain but a headache. A headache just make me want to just not do anything. And I went through that bad headache 2 days ago. So I do not want to go through that today. So thank God I took my Excedrin and it alleviated it. There are times that I take it and it does nothing. To be honest, I had got off of that daily having to take Excedrin, like when I first started that chiropractic care. So I don't know if that means I have to up my days back, but I can't afford it. It's money or your health, money or your health, money or your health. And you always have to pick money because you got bills to pay. Doesn't that suck? Anyways, when I did wake up, I had I don't know, I don't dream. So when I do dream, I know those dreams most likely mean something. They're very important because I do not dream. I be so tired that I just go to sleep. Oh, excuse me. I just go to sleep and just wake up and hours be them past. So I don't know if I was in dream or if I was waking up and just having thoughts, because I no longer just jump out of my bed and hit the ground running. I have learned that you cannot do that. You have to, like I said, I sit up on my bed and I look at that ground as though it is hot, like hot lava. And I have to pray and meditate before I walk through this hot lava. Before I even get out of my bed, I have got to. So I basically reset my alarm. I lay there. I think, I meditate, I pray, I ask for guidance through the day. Don't let me. Y'all remember that order my steps in your word, dear Lord. Yes, all them songs that we used to sing as children that we had no clue what they meant. Baby, I am learning what these words mean. They mean a lot. Order my steps, because evidently my mind's going the wrong way. My GPS messed up. So I need you to order my steps, Lord. So when I did wake up, the thought that kept being on my mind was to do a video about our young black men. So I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and do that. So the first thing I did was I got up. I'm a caregiver to my sister. I let her get ready. I was planning on going to the park and recording this video. So I let her get ready. I got ready. And then I said, no, I could chill on the porch and just, do this video. So after I do this, I'm going to go to, I got to hit up the Walmart to use their free little Wi-Fi's and such. And the library closed because today is a holiday. So, that's my only choice. But, girl, I got to be just the window shopper today. I can't be up in there breaking bread with the Walmart. Yes. Anyways, I wanted to do a video about young black men. And the reason I guess this hit me was because y'all know lately I have been covering the story vaguely, lightly, about Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion, right? Okay, so I guess most of everybody is picking sides, Team Tory or Team Megan. I'm gonna tell you, like I told you before, I don't know who Nan, and I don't know how to spell that either, but Nan, one of them, I don't know who they is, right? All I know is from the standpoint of the law, and by the standpoint of the law, how things should be conducted. That is what I know. Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm gonna have to take this to the bathroom because I'm gonna have to plug in my phone because it's about to die, man. Okay, sorry about that. I had to move it to the restroom because this is where I have a short cord. My charger for this phone is very short, so this is the only place that I really can stand up next to the little charger and record while it's on charge. Okay, so what sparked this is when I'm feeling, I love YouTube. I love the fact that we are able to get true opinions from true people, not scripted people, not people that are following what they have to say. You know what I'm saying? Just the get by people, the people that's saying whatever is just so politically correct and just so, you know what I mean? YouTube, you can hear all sides of something. And that's what we really need to be hearing. We all have differences, opinions, and we all need to hear each other's opinions. We don't need to always, oh, you don't agree with me, so you're wrong, you're stupid, you're dumb. Like that stuff. Girl, let's agree to disagree, like for real. And I still love you, and you still love me, but we just don't think the same. Like, would you really literally want a world full of people just like yourself? Girl, if it was a world just like me, we'd be all introverts. We wouldn't even be talking to each other like that. But the thing was that as I comment, when YouTube get good, girl, I want to comment, and which would be hard because I got the carpal tunnel. So it could take me 1,000,001 years to write you one comment. So that means I really want to chime in on the situation. And someone had asked me, it was about the recording. It was a video on Willie D. I think it was from Willie D channel where they were saying that there's a recording leaked that incriminated Tory Lanez and actually helped him get convicted of, the case against Meg Thee Stallion. Okay, so as I comment on that, it got to how you timestamp something, and the way Willie D walked into the story was like, this man could get 20 years for this. This is as far as, if I've commented on any of your videos, I comment throughout the video. I talk to you throughout the video, but I usually timestamp it so you know exactly what part of the video I'm talking about to you. Because as a YouTube creator, I understand a lot of times when you answer a comment, when the person's making a comment, you don't know what part of the video the comment is pertaining to. It's hard to know. Sometimes you could think that they're commenting on this, but they're really commenting on that. That's the use of the timestamp. So you know directly where they're commenting. And Willie D has said 20 years. That's all he said. This was like at the beginning of his video. And I said, oh, I know what 20 years remind me of. 20 years reminds me of the 20 years that I just did with my husband being wrongfully convicted, excessively sentenced. Y'all know that story, in the state of Florida with no evidence, none of that stuff, no weapon that they charged him with, no one shot, no one killed, no one hurt. Nobody left the way, everybody basically left that situation the way they came into the situation, except for Marcello. Marcello left with his life taken away from him. Everybody else brushed everything off and went home and have been living their lives for the last 20 years. And Marcello has been fighting for his life for the last 20 years. So that's what 20 years mean to me. 20 years of being going into a situation thinking that you're about to raise your daughter with your husband, and like, oh no, rug pulled from under you. No, you're not. You're going to be a single mother, like overnight. Single mother by force, not choice. That's what you finna do. Like, I didn't even know that. So that's what the relevance of 20 years is for me. Okay, so that's what I commented. So somebody commented back, uh, sorry to hear your story, which I'm thankful he read that long a comment and somebody else knows this story. That means it's gotten somewhat, more reach. But what does that have to do with Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion? And I basically was answering. And then, wait, his second part that he said, that's what really got under my skin, was that's all these young black boys doing anyway. That part. So first, let me vaguely get across that because that ain't even the point of this video. I said it has a lot to do with it because the same issues that his father is standing on how they're saying Tory Lanez is wrongfully convicted are some of the same issues that I am standing on, that Marcello Jackson is wrongfully convicted. Of course, each case is going to be different. Each case is very unique and has its own bits and pieces. But the way that a case goes through the system is pretty much the same, right? So you really don't know this system until you sat through the system. Most of us only know how the system is told to us that it works. And they only know that what they perceive. They don't really know this true system. They don't know that people get railroaded through it every single day. They don't know that they don't have the rights that they are told that they have. That keeps you unknowingly, oh, what's the word? Unknowingly trustful of this system. That's what keeps you, that there's probably a better phrase, but that's what I'm gonna use for now. You unknowingly put your trust in this system because you think it's working the way it should, and you do not know that it doesn't work that way that you think. It works completely different. That is just the illusion, the mirror illusion that is reflected to us. It's like a two-way mirror where something is being reflected to you, but there is actually something else going on behind that mirror. I also liken it to a trap door. Once you fall through that trap, which means it's hidden, you like hell would get out of it. So please just don't fall into that trap. Young black men, do whatever you have to do to stay away from the legal system, which means you have to get out them streets. You have to find some type of way to get an education. You have to take on some type of trade. Because just now we live in a whole day and age where just a job is not going to provide for you. You have to have basically in this day and age your own business. You have to have a network of people that you can collaborate and work with. That is what you have to fight for tooth and nail to not end up where they predestined you to be. They predestined a black man to end up in the grave or in the jail. There's a statistic over black men, and there is a reason there's a statistic. Yes, it is so true that many black men are walking straight and fulfilling that statistic. They're playing that role to a T. But there are also those that are not out there doing it. So this is what I'm fighting for. I am not fighting for those that are doing it because, number one, if they're doing it, who's to say they're going to listen? They're being influenced to do that. But there are some that are not. And those are the ones that we need to fight for. And just like I said before, if you bought a bag of apples and let's say even 6 of those 10 apples were rotten, but you have 4 perfectly good apples, would you throw the whole bag away so those 4 good ones get thrown out with the 6 bad? Or would you sort through the bag of apples and pull out the bad apples and try to save the 4 that are good? Now, we know in real life, we take that back. Girl, you sold me this bag of apples, ain't nothing. No, but we're talking like just as it being a metaphor. You're going to try to salvage what you can out that bag. So that really bothered me that he said, oh, that's all they're doing anyway. How can you verify that that is all they are doing? So you're telling me, and this is just to put a little side note in there. Do you know in the 5th grade, they are already, I'm sorry, the 3rd grade, they are already, your black boys, your black kids, they are already deciding whether they need a prison bed for them when they come of age or if they need a scholarship. That should freaking bother us. And I was always wondering, let me show you. You know my little nephews, they're the cutest things. My nephew Juju, let me show you. This is my little nephew Juju, 5 years old. And I was wondering, at what age do you stop seeing him as a cute little kid and you start seeing him as a threat, as one of those that can be thrown out with the other apples, whether good or whether bad? At what age is that? Y'all know I'm very instrumental in my nephew's life. I have another nephew, Isaiah. He's 12. And we got to be really involved in his life to keep him away from going the way of the streets, because it's very easy to fall into that trap. Back in the day, people were in the streets because they had to do what they had to do to survive. I think a lot of people nowadays are just getting in them streets because they're glorified and people think it's cool and it's the best way to go. They're hearing it in their music all day long. Yes, all this connects. People think they can't be influenced by music, but baby, yes, you can. Yes, you can. And they know you can. Even if you don't know you can, they know they can. They know you can, right? So it's so much outside influencing a child at 12. This is when most time when they get in middle school, that's when they can start running with the wrong crowds. They can, all of that. So you can have a good apple turn bad right at that point. So you have to be very instrumental in that child's life. Now, I do remember posting a video last year, and I was so proud of my nephew. He was learning to cut the grass on my dad's tractor. And it made me think, yes, my black nephew and my black father that has raised me and 4 other sisters from 0 to grown and past grown. Yes. Okay, so he was teaching him how to ride the tractor, how to drive the tractor, how to cut grass, and possibly he can make money cutting other people around the neighborhood's grass, right? Somebody made, and I had said that it reminded me of when my father was teaching me how to drive. And that's all that I uploaded that for, because it was a reminiscent, oh, now he's teaching my nephew to, drive the lawnmower. Soon it will be the car and stuff like that. Like, we are families. We black people are families. We do love each other. A lot of times we're dysfunctional families, but we still are families, and we still are able to love each other. Like, we're just not, people think so lowly of black people sometimes. And then they'll justify it by saying, but those black people do that. But girl, what they got to do with me? I'm not every black person. I ain't never met another black woman just like myself. I'm different. I'm different. We're all different. We're all made different. We're not this one stereotypical type, prototype of a black woman. I was even told I don't look like an artist. And I'm like, well, dang, what do artists look like? There's a look for an artist? Girl, goodbye. And then right after that, that person asked for a piece of artwork from me after they told me I ain't look like an artist. But anyways, I posted that and they said, a comment was said, how much you want to bet that that tractor is stolen? Girl, huh? Here you come with this mess. So we never can forget that we are black. We're reminded every day, all day, whether you're doing the right thing, whether you're doing the wrong thing, whether you are reminded that you are black and black equals less than for some odd reason. So I'm thinking, why is it not worth fighting for our young black men? Why are we birthing black boys and being okay with them going straight into the system or in the grave? I don't understand that. I can't get that. I can't understand that. I can't understand if that's all they doing anyway. What they got to do with Marcello being wrongfully convicted? It has nothing to do with it, because they all could be out there doing that. But if Marcello's not doing that, how are you judging him by what others do? That makes no sense. You're judging by a stereotype. And how can we even verify these stereotypes? Because in this world, for everyone that is doing the wrong thing, there are those doing the right thing. Just like, let's talk about the stereotypes of a black female. I have a song about that. You already know it. Yes. Statistically, I done became what they thought I'd be. A young single black mother with no degree. Well, if this the game, it seems like it was rigged up to me. I'm massive fiances and don't lie to me. So much potential. Why the heck I'm working 9 to 5? Ends ain't close to me. How the heck am I gonna survive? And yeah, I know I'm working, but why I can't get food stamps too? Tamika and Candy get them and they ain't got no job to go to. Oh, I guess it's because I didn't put the kid down on child support, but he was taking care of his kid to the day they sentenced him in court. Man, I wish I listened, took my hot tail to school, then hot tailed it to college and learned every single golden rule. Instead, I found, hold on one second. Instead, I found comfort in a man now meant me good, and it ain't no commitment. There's too many chickens in the hood. I wish somebody told me, baby girl, you're beautiful. You're smart, intelligent. You could be anything that you want, but it's a little too late to sit and cry over this spilled milk. My problems today is a direct effect of my past. They my consequences. Man, I had so much going for myself. Who knew my life would end up this way? Now statistically, I done became what they thought I'd be. A young single black mother with no degree. Well, if this the game, it seems like it was rigged up to me. Yeah, I'm asking for answers and don't lie to me. Those statistics. Oh, sorry, trying to get the cord over my shoulder. But those statistics, they basically want us to live up to those statistics. It is on us. They're not going to come save us because we are the lowest of the low, and they don't. Who cares? Like Michael Jackson said, they don't really care about us. Yeah. All I have to say is that they don't really care about us. They don't, girl. They don't care about us. So we have to care about us. And I'm not understanding why we don't care about our young black men and our young black females. Like, for real, the thing is, there's a stereotype, but you don't have to fulfill that quota. You don't. Like, even though I was a statistic, a young single black female with no education. But guess what? Guess what? My mother broke that generational curse over our family. My mother, who is from the west side of Chicago, who grew up with 9 siblings, whose mother was a single mother, who grew up on welfare on the west side of Chicago, decided that my mother despised welfare altogether, was not taking a dime of nothing from nobody. She ended up moving here to Florida, getting a job with AT&T, staying on that job over 30 something years. She went back to college at age 47. At age 53, she was graduating with her master's in business. Let me tell you, the first one in her family to graduate. Now, 6 months after, she died from a botched surgery. That whole system ain't legit as well, but this ain't the point of this story. She died from a botched kidney stone removal surgery. Her graduating sparked me, old me, to go back to college. I went back to college at age 34, I believe. Very discouraged. I'm way behind all my peers, whether white, black, Indians, Chinese. I was behind everybody, it felt like. I went back at age 34 as a single mother. It took me 5 freaking years. I'm disabled in many different ways. I had to work still full time because there was nobody to watch my child and take care of my child while I attended school. I worked overnight. I kept my child because daycare could no longer be afforded because they took my husband who was paying daycare. And I went to college. And baby, it didn't stop there. I graduated in 2020 with my degree in graphic design and a certificate in web design. My last year in college, I broke that statistic, girl. I broke it. But not only just me, my mother broke it. And then I broke that statistic. And then guess what? My daughter broke that statistic. My daughter, the child of an inmate, an incarcerated citizen. Do you know the statistics over them? The statistic is high greater that they're going to end up in prison themselves. But guess what she did? The last year, this girl struggled in school because her father was gone. Like, that was the core basis of why she couldn't pay attention to school. But guess what? She got that thing together. In her last year of high school, she was a dual enrollment student doing high school and tech school. She got on a National Honor Society in both. She left high school with a full ride scholarship and joined me